What's up, stoners? Welcome back to another cannabis culture sesh on TNMNews. I'm your culture host, Christine SCLAFANI. Today, we're going to talk about cannabis processing labs and everything that goes with it. So I'm about to give you a plethora of information. So get a pen and paper just in case you're interested in opening up one of these bad boys. Here we go. So what is a cannabis processing lab? Well, these kinds of cannabis labs aren't answering theoretical questions like finding the health benefits of eating raw weed. No. They are busy testing cannabis plants and products to help ensure quality and regulatory standards. Now, you can divide the function of these cannabis processing labs into two major categories. The first category is cannabis labs that work with state and local regulatory agencies that ensure cannabis products meeting the standards defined by local laws. The second category tests cannabis products for quality control, as well as research and development, so companies can ensure that their products meet their own standards. Cannabis labs can also work with growers to help improve harvests year after year. Now let's get into the different laws and the different states. This is one of the biggest questions you're going to have to face. Obviously, you want to pick a state where cannabis is legal, right? But there are a lot of other questions that go to that. Now, each state has its own laws and regulations regarding cannabis processing. Local counties and even some cities have their own regulations as well. There's also the differences in markets to consider. States with more established cannabis markets like Colorado and California have more robust industries and easier to navigate laws. However, those states are also highly competitive. States with newer cannabis laws are going to have less competition, but often harder to navigate legal systems. Ultimately, you want to do your research and find the state, county, and city that have laws and regulations that allow your company to go where you want it to. Now, this is all about meeting your company's goals and finding the ideal market for your cannabis processing lab. Now, let's get down to brass tacks of opening a cannabis processing lab. Whether you're extracting cannabinoids or testing for regulatory agencies, you need to have a solid business plan in place. And here's what you should start to think about. Are you planning on extracting cannabinoid oils or answering, does eating weed get you high? Either way, you should consider square footage for your operation. Now, the good news is that cannabis labs don't need nearly as much square footage as grow operations and need even less than brick and mortar shops. So around 1,500 square feet will set you up for success. The big thing to consider here is the scale of your operation. What's the volume of work you expect to be handling? You can think about connections you already have in the cannabis scene, future plans for growth, and what physical locations are available to you. All right, now, laws, licenses, and regulations. This is going to be one of the toughest things that you're going to have to face. Cannabis legislation has the most difficult combination of being both incredibly strict and incredibly inconsistent. Trust me, I know. States, counties, and even cities can have different laws and regulations when it comes to the sale, production, and consumption of cannabis products. Now, this means you're going to have to do your homework before you even start to put your business plan together. Now, you can consider consulting with a lawyer that specializes in your local area's cannabis laws to get you started on the right foot. And I highly recommend that because nothing could jeopardize your business plan quicker than running afoul of these regulations when you're just starting up. Let's talk about the real estate aspect of this, right? Now, you're going to have to find real estate, and this is going to be another tricky area for opening up your cannabis lab. It's common to find local regulations that prevent cannabis labs from being opened up too close to two areas like public transit hubs and to schools. However, there are a few tips and tricks for lowering the cost for your cannabis lab real estate. You can consider signing a longer-term lease, such as 5 years or more, in order to negotiate lower monthly rents. That's what I highly recommend. I mean, I do it with my landlord where I live, so it always works. Let's talk about products and marketing. Cannabis retailers have marketing answering questions like what happens if you eat weed? But your lab's marketing is going to be heading in a different direction, I hope. You need to decide the products, services, and branding that your company is going to put forward. First and foremost, your brand is the most important. This covers everything from what you'll be selling to the visual style of your company. And lastly, some state regulations require the approval of the physical layout of your business. So put some extra effort to end it by making sure that your layout not only works for your business needs, but it also stands up to local regulations. That's it. That's all I got for you. I know I said a lot of information. It was a lot of information, but seriously, if you've written it down, you'll ace it. And I better see that lab. Send it to me. Let me know where it's at. Just kidding. That's a wrap for today, guys. You know the drill. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the National Marijuana News. Please like and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Actually, it's X now, formerly known as Twitter, at National MJ News. And as always, thanks for watching and stay lifted.